Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another black powder update. This particular battalion took a little bit longer to complete than normal. I should have really finished them last week, but I ended up finishing them a couple of days ago. Again, a little spree of... I finished them quite late in the afternoon. Actually thinking about it, I finished them yesterday, actually, strangely enough. But it was kind of mid-afternoon, and although at the time when I said to myself, you know what, I reckon it's bright enough that I could actually get away with making a video, as I started recording, within the space of about 5 minutes, it actually started to get quite dark. So I had to scrap that, and I'm redoing it this morning. Now this is already my second attempt, because I was just waffling way too much. So let's try and keep this one on range, and I'll try and knock it out as quick as possible. So we have my next battalion finished. This is obviously part of the 2nd Regiment of the 1st Brigade of the 10th Infantry Division, and the figures are all Calpe. These chaps I ordered. I actually ordered them like a few days before they put their prices up. And they actually took a little bit longer to actually come. So I don't know if they were busy, because obviously people had found out about the price rise and were getting their orders in. But normally, on average, you expect to wait at least a couple of weeks for a Calpe order to come through. Once I think I've ordered from them 4 times, and only once have I had an order come within a week. The average is sort of 2, but these guys ended up taking about 5, so they must have been really busy. But it's one of those places where you've just got to be patient, a bit like Front Rank. I mean, I put a Front Rank order in when they opened up the website, and I'm still waiting for that, and that's getting on for maybe a month now. Certainly getting on for that, and I'm still waiting for those. So you just got to be patient. It's pretty rare for a place to order something and for it to turn up the next day, especially at the moment with all the backlogs of Royal Mail stuff. Now I don't know if Southampton's that badly affected, but I had a friend who was working for them temporarily over Christmas, and he was saying that it was a total nightmare. There was, it wasn't functioning at 100%, and there were massive backlogs of post. But anyway, back to the point. These chaps, like I say, finished yesterday. Very happy with them. Slightly different position to what I normally order. These guys are in a march attack rather than route march rather than march attack. However, I did get a march attack command group because of the fact that the route march ones have actually got a stowed flag and a carried drum, or a shouldered or backpacked drum. And obviously, you could probably get away with the drum, but the colours, if they were going to go into battle, even if they had to march to battle, they would certainly, if they didn't need their drum, then they'd certainly have their colours out. And I'm not 100% sure if you can actually, if it's a moulded piece or whether it's on a separate pole. Because obviously if it's on a separate pole, you can actually just swap the pole out. But I'll need to have a closer look at that. But yeah, let's go in and have a closer look at them, and I'll give you the blurb. So blurb first. These chaps are the 2nd Battalion of the 88th. The 88th Infantry Regiment, or Regiment De Ligne. The chef de Battalion, De Jean or René Galil. And they're part of the 1st Brigade, 10th Infantry Division, 3rd Corps. And we shall start with the Grenadiers, as always. So here we have the Grenadiers. Let's just slightly move the light. There we go. And beautiful figures, as always. I think Calpe are probably one of my favourite battalions of French to paint. I've actually got 3 battalions of them now, mixed in within my 3rd Corps. I have one in the 8th Division, one in the 10th, which is these guys, and also one in the 11th, which was my first. And I've got to say, it wouldn't surprise me if I try and sneak another one in before this project's over. But yeah, beautiful figures. I really do say to anyone who has never tried these guys to give them a try. I mean, I think even with the price rises, they're still cheaper than a battalion of front rank. And I've got to say, there's not that many places around that do greatcoat troops that aren't plastic. Now, actually, strangely enough, had a Perry's order come in today. I ordered a battalion of Perry's metals. Now, I did find troops in greatcoats. However, I couldn't find a command group in greatcoats, so I had to order like a normal one. But that's the thing that I really do like about Calpe, is the fact that they've all got greatcoats, including the well, I suppose the officers haven't, but all the sort of foot troops have. So that is the Grenadiers. On to the 4th Company. Now, obviously, this march attack position, they're sort of marching with shouldered arms rather than the sort of the double held with the sort of the musket slightly further down the shoulder. Doesn't particularly bother me that much. Like I say, as long as the command is correct, I don't think it makes any difference. These guys are always a real joy to paint. You just don't get bored with them. Even though you could theoretically be painting this more or less the same position guys over and over again, sort of 18 times, possibly 19 or 20 times. You just never get bored of it. They paint up so well. So that is the 4th Company there, with the purple pom-poms. Then we'll go on to the Voltigeur. Again, the option of blue trousers, so I took it. Again, these chaps are actually more or less carbon copies of the normal Grenadiers. I also quite like the fact that not all of them have got sobriquets, because obviously the sort of 100 Days campaign, like the Voltigeur, were basically more or less used as line infantry in their own, within a regiment, a battalion of troops. I mean, they did skirmish still, but they weren't really classed as like light infantry anymore. They were just part of a battalion and operated more or less like normal line infantry. So you also get that sort of shortage of equipment. So you have these chaps here who have got no sobriquet and have just got normal bayonets. But they have still, one of them's obviously still got the light infantry horn. This guy, you can't really see if he's got it or not, because he's got that little piece of that sort of little tin kettle or whatever, just going over that bit where the badge would be. But yeah, really nice figures. Again, like I say, more or less carbon copy positions of the Grenadiers. Covered shakos again. Really nice figures. Okay, next we'll go for the 3rd Company. I know I normally go for the musician, but we'll go a little bit different today. So this is the NCO stand. We have I think this guy's a corporal. So a junior NCO on this particular base. Three normal Fusilier figures, although 2 have got the uncovered shako for a little bit of difference. Because obviously when you buy them, you get the option of covered or uncovered shakos, but again they're sort of more or less in the same positions as the ones if you had covered. And there we go. That's the 3rd company. Then we'll go for 2nd company with the drummer. So again, 3 normal Fusiliers, all with covered shakos, and the drummer. Now obviously this drummer is from the March Attack Pack. The one from the Route March has a stowed drum. So that is the 2nd company. And finally, the command group. Like I say, 2nd Battalion, Flags of War, custom flag, the Calpe 1815 Fanion point, and a senior NCO carrying the Fanion, and a slightly junior NCO to him behind the Shafter Battalion, and then the junior officer in the background there. And I quite like the fact that he's actually sporting the Legion de Merit there. So that's the command group, and a beautiful command group they are too. So that is the 2nd Battalion of the 88th, and now I'm just left with trying to find these guys a 1st Battalion with the Eagle. I can't remember if I mentioned the story that when I actually brought the, because I actually brought in all the battalions that were left from my original 3rd Corps, so basically they're all 1st Battalions, because I actually did obviously the 1st Battalions only originally, and I had to swap them out and turn them into my 3rd Battalion, because the flag bearer was actually the one from the Perry's 1815 box, which is actually an NCO and not a officer. So I had to actually shortened quite a few of their standards as well. I had a nasty habit of having long flag standards before in a lot of my units, and every time I come across them to sort of like to touch them up or whatever, I always end up having to on the majority of them having to take the flagpole out of their hands and shorten it, and then stick it back in. So obviously I managed to do that with those boys. So we have the Eagle for the next battalion, which is going to be the 1st, and of course the salvaged flag, which I managed to, obviously where they're basically stuck on PVA, you can kind of move them and wiggle them around to the point where they come loose, and you can just take it off the pole, the old pole, to then be able to slide them back onto the new. So that's basically going to that's the standard more or less done for the next battalion. Yeah, so that's it. That's the end. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, big thank you to all my viewers and new subscribers. I think I'm at 481 now, which is really humbling. I've had a really nice run the last sort of 3 or 4 months, sort of averaging maybe sort of 15 new subscribers a month, which is really surprised me actually. Getting close to that 500, and sort of the main reason why you might sort of think to yourself, well, why, what's the big point of getting to 500? Well, it's basically because you get access to community posts, which I think will be really handy. Because I like to try and do a video a week, and sometimes it might stretch over. I mean, obviously, if it comes out sort of a week and a half, possibly sort of 2 weekish, then it's probably not worth it. But if, for instance, like when I hurt my leg, I couldn't post for like a good 3 or 4 weeks. I could just slap up a little community post, saying that I can't paint at the moment, so all my videos are kind of delayed. So sort of just hold it. I haven't disappeared. I'm still there, sort of thing. Yeah. So anyway, waffling. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.